Yeah, I was always been interested in vinyl ever since I was a kid. Hey, my name's Grant McCracken. I run Bitter Melody Records out of North Carolina.
Bitter Melody Records started in January 2010 and has been running for 12 years. In that time, Grant has put out 79 releases, including vinyl, cassette, CDs, and even 8-track.
Well, I've always been a vinyl collector, and there were a couple records that I always wanted to have on vinyl, and they just weren't on vinyl for whatever reason. So the first one was Most Precious Blood, Merciless. It's a New York hardcore band, and I always wanted to have that record, so I finally, I got the contact information for the original label that put it out, and I contacted them so I could license it for vinyl. One of the things I'm most proud of with the label, though, is being able to meet new people and really start with fresh artists and try to help them and elevate them. I've made a lot of my current friends were made from the label, so that's been really nice.
Grant has worked with tons of bands, including Old Flings, Totally Slow, Integrity, Wrist Meet Razor, Sect, and Discourse.
I would say the most well-known thing that I've worked on was a project for Macaulay Culkin, who is best known for his work in Home Alone and a billion other movies. He had a band with some folks in New York called the Pizza Underground. They did Velvet Underground covers but made them about pizza. So we did 2 releases for them, and that definitely was the thing that got us the most press and the most attention.
The end goal of working with all of these bands is to get their music to vinyl.
So pressing a vinyl record, it goes through a lot of different processes. It's not just as simple as sending it off and then it comes back. I try to work hands-on with a lot of different parts. Sometimes I'll work with a whole 2 or 3 different companies to get a record to press. So the first step in pressing a record, you have to take your files, make sure they're properly mastered. There's a whole lot of physics that come into how your music is going to cut to vinyl. And then they cut a lacquer, which is a big metal plate that is dipped in the lacquer chemicals, and they cut into that. And then they have to electroplate that with silver and nickel, and they make your mothers. And then from that, they can pull off your pressing plates. And then once you have that, it's sent to the plant, they can, start the actual pressing process. So, they start with PVC components, melt them into pucks like this, and, put it between your 2 center labels, and they can start pressing your records.
What advice would Grant give to people wanting to start a label?
I guess the advice I would give to somebody if they were thinking about starting a record label is, obviously don't put any money into it that you can't afford to lose, because every record has risk to it. Even if it's got really well-known members, I've put out records that had pretty well-known members, and then it just didn't do what I thought it was going to do for me, and I didn't end up recouping, and the pressing process has definitely gotten more expensive. But if you got a little spare money that you want to throw around, it's definitely rewarding, and I've really enjoyed doing it for the past 11 years.